I say good luck to you
Oh my
both,
god.
Yay.
which means
Oh,
that
thank
they're
Thank you.
team
That's right.
they're a team podcast and not team panda.
Oh, it's Amanda.
What?
It's Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Perfect.
I
Oh,
don't know if it's come on.
I see us. We're
To be
going. Awesome. So, hello everyone.
to be fair, Danny, you don't.
What's that?
That's right. Please go. Please go.
Hello everyone in chat. Thanks for joining us for another Dino World stream. I'm very happy to be here tonight with Calvin and Dee from Play Only Podcast and the Board Game Twitterverse. They're some of my favorite people to tweet back and forth with. Good morning, you two.
Yes. Good morning. It is 10 a.m. in sunny Malaysia. It's not sunny yet. It's still a bit cold. But hopefully, it will not stay that way. But I'm hoping it stays that way for as long as possible.
Wow. It rained last night.
It did.
That's why it's
It rained
chilly.
last night. Yeah. All right. But we're so excited to be here. Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Have a dinosaur shirt.
Yeah, very appropriate
wore my
clothing. So why don't you tell everyone what it is you do with board games, without board games, in your daily life, with your cat, all the good stuff.
Imposter syndrome is making me want to make self-deprecating jokes.
No,
but I won't.
You
I
do a
won't.
lot of
Don't
things.
do it.
I won't. My name is Calvin. I am a board games writer in the sense that I write about board games and I also write for board games. Most recently, I wrote a story for Twilight Imperium, my Fantasy Flight Games, that I'm super duper proud of. I also do things like edit rulebooks, write listicles, 5 things you didn't know about X. I write
Dinosaurs.
yeah, sure. Why not? Hire me. I'll do one about dinosaurs. I also write board game reviews. One that recently that I was super proud of is a review of the board game Bast the Crystal Caverns, but
Ooh.
in limerick form, which I really enjoyed doing. That was a
Do
lot
we
of
have
fun.
to read it out loud when we read the review?
You don't have to read it out loud, but you can.
I feel like it'll
makes it-
level it up.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so that's what I do. Sometimes I act in things.
Sometimes.
Yeah, rarely. The board game stuff is more my main jam, and the acting in Hollywood films is more of a side gig.
A hobby.
I've also recently starting to get into, thanks to streaming and podcasting, which is my way of segueing into.
Dee.
Me? Hello, I'm
Cute.
Dee. I'm half of the podcast that we are on. It's called Play Only Podcast.
More than half. You do all the editing and all the marketing and all the clip work. So
Marketing is a very strong word to really put together clips from our podcast. But yeah, it's a podcast where we talk about games, but we start off by talking about games, but we kind of use the games as a jumping off point to talk about the things around games, because I have a background in media studies basically. So I like to critique media, I guess.
it's not even
Analyze, deconstruct, yes.
deconstruct.
Oh.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun with the podcast because it's not, we don't script it, we just go in and we just talk about stuff.
Fun note, the most recent episode 2, Dee said, okay, so shall we record in 15 minutes? And I was like, oh, okay, so we're talking about this thing, right? She's like, no.
We're talking about this other thing,
We're
actually.
talking about this other thing, actually.
That I have planned that I didn't tell you about.
So it's kind of an improv show too.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I think that's what people like about it. It's definitely what I like about it. That sort of spontaneous, off-the-cuff feeling that is just like, it's just us having a real conversation that we are so happening to record and other people can share. can share in and listen to, right? Like we wanted it to be like that and not something super scripted. Something we wanted it to just go where the conversation. We have like some points that we want to hit.
Sure.
Otherwise, it's just us going for 45 minutes. And I think that's what people enjoy about it. Hopefully.
Amanda also says we are cat parents. We are cat parents to a lovely child
who currently does not want to come up. Who doesn't want to come up from behind the curtain right
it's
now.
It's still her bedtime. She'll get up at around 1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
I was hoping to meet her.
I can go wake her up later.
No, do it.
Now or later?
Nah.
Please talk about Kazrak.
So Kazrak One Eye is our gorgeous, delightful child. She's 2.5 years old. So she's entering her terrible teenage years where she's super entitled and wants everything.
That's why she escaped.
Mom, Dad. Well, no, we don't talk about the E word.
I woke her up, so she's. Oh God.
Oh.
Really please.
My dreams are coming true.
You hear how angry she is?
Yeah, that wasn't happy. Oh, I love her though.
How are you angry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love her. She's a very good cat. That's right. Good. That's right. The internet loves you. We don't know why.
Okay, what? Okay, she's gone. Nope.
She doesn't. Oh, okay,
Goodbye. She's gone.
That's okay.
Oh, she do a big stretch. She do a big stretch.
Oh, good.
Okay, she's coming back. It's like, oh, why you do this, man? Why you do this? That's right. Can you do it on camera? Can you do it on camera?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
We've been blessed.
If anyone is wondering why we're spending so much time with this cat, because this cat consumed our lives.
Oh well, she's lying down here, so you can see her tail.
Yay.
Your presence.
Amazing.
Well, you two are clearly amazing. You have a lovely presence here, which is I'm ever so grateful for, and also online. So everyone in chat, some of you already know Calvin and Dee and Kazrak, but if you don't, head over to Twitter and join the fun and the conversations and the thoughtful moments. They are plenty. Oh no. Yeah, chat is mentioning the event again. Which means it's time to move on to dinosaurs.
Okay. Dinosaurs.
Okay, so
wait, okay.
we are going to play just 2 rounds of Dinosaur World tonight. It will play over 5 rounds normally, but because it is on the later side of the day for me and on the early side of the day for you, we're only going to do a shortened game.
Okay.
So,
but how have you know I've hacked your computer in Jurassic Park fashion. I've hacked your computer and stolen the data, so I can play this anytime I want.
You can play this anytime you want. And actually, so can everyone else. We actually just announced Tabletop Simulator publicly. So the link is on the campaign page for anyone who wants to take a shot at playing after I teach you the rules.
Awesome.
Very exciting. No hacking required.
Kazrak's watching her face.
Yeah, just move the camera so people can see Kazrak. Very important.
Give the people what they want.
Exactly. Okay, let's get in the game.
Cats and dinosaurs.
Okay, so dinosaurs.
Okay.
Each round, we're going to do 5 phases. The first phase is a drafting of the workers that we'll use for the whole round. The second phase is a public phase where we're going to take turns placing those workers on these 3 middle central island boards. Third phase is private phase where we'll use our remaining workers in our private personal player boards. And then we'll do a jeep phase where we drive our Jeeple around our park, activating tiles, visiting attractions, and our dinos. And then the last phase is cleanup. Boring. So that will just rinse and repeat every round. Easy peasy. So let's get started. So mention the draft. In the very beginning of the game, we're going to draft sets of these tiles that I have over here on the left. We don't have to do that yet because I'm sure you want to understand how everything works before you decide your fate for the game. But we'll pick a pair, top and bottom, of these tiles. One is a building and one gives you your starting dinosaur. So we've got, these were all pre-assigned in the rulebook. It's kind of a quick start variant. Or once we're real good, we can actually draft like normal, where we just reveal random tiles and pick in turn order. So after that, we're going to draft these worker database cards that we have right here. We'll reveal cards equal to players plus 1. So we're playing a 2-player game, so there are 3 cards out there. The workers pictured are what you'll have for the whole round between all of the phases. So we're not going to draft more in between the public and the private phases. So there's kind of a balance that you have to manage between, not blowing your load in one phase and having no workers left to do anything cool in the next phase. This is something I did quite poorly at my first game. I got very excited about the Central Islands and my park was very sad. So the different colors of meeples are actually important. They each represent a different type of employee you have. So I'll pull up this middle card for everyone watching. The purple workers are your park rangers. They usually coordinate with actions that involve Jeeples. They're the ones driving your vehicles around your park. The green are administrators, so they are usually tied with money actions. Blue are your scientists, so they'll typically give you DNA. And yellow are your security workers, which deal with security. Makes sense. White are your seasonal workers, so the college students you assign to odd jobs that you need help with.
Exploitation of capitalism.
Yes. They're not especially skilled, so some actions you won't be able to use them for, but they will help in a pinch. The numbers at the bottom are just extra colorblind friendly resources, symbols, though each worker will have a unique shape, which helps with that as well. So we'll each pick a card, gain those workers, and then that phase is done. And we'll move on to the public phase. The public phase is these central island boards. Each board has a different type of action. So if we start on the left side, we have special buildings. To take one of these special building tiles, you have to spend 1 meeple of any color. That's what those vertical stripes mean. And you'll pay the cost shown on the tile in the top left. So if I want to buy... What's that?
Which vertical stripes?
On the special building action, the rainbow meeple.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yep.
All right, yeah.
It shows every meeple color, so it doesn't matter. And then you pay the cost shown on the tile you want to take. Some tiles will give you victory points once you buy them, like the incubator up here. It has a little lightning bolt and a pink victory point symbol. So the lightning bolt means it's an immediate effect, and you'll go up that many points. Then we'll refill once one is taken. And that's that. For these special buildings, there's no placement rules, except that it has to be adjacent to something that's already in your park. You can't make it its own island, which makes sense. You'll notice that these face-down tiles have an A on them. There's also a B and C stack. So as we progress through the game, we'll see more of these tiles, and according to Brian, one of the co-designers, they quote-unquote get better as you go through the game, which is entirely subjective. There are slightly cooler effects, some like combo doing ones. I'll flip over the C's so you can see. One of my favorite tiles, the Danger Tour. So the Danger Tour actually exists in an A form, but the effect is much less cool. So you'll only roll one die as opposed to all three, but it'll give you fewer victory points. So that's generally how they progress through the game. Okay, that's that. The middle board is where you buy attractions. In this action, you don't have to spend a meeple, only the coins shown. These are common buildings, so there's no extra pile that we'll be pulling from. There's enough in the stack for each of us to get one, which takes me to a rule that you can't have you can't have 2 tiles with the same name in your park, so no doubling up. So, yeah, pesky rules. Yeah, these will just give you useful effects throughout the game. The third board, there's 2 actions on this one. So we'll talk about gather DNA first. This one, there's a lot of symbols going on, but it's actually a pretty simple action. You can spend 1, 2, or 3 meeples of any color, and those will be a multiplier for whatever die you take. So, for example, if I spent, here, I'll grab some. If I spent 3 workers, and I took this die, I would multiply this die face by 3, 1 for each of my workers. So this means I would get 6 basic DNA. So it could be a pretty powerful action depending on how many workers you spend there. The bottom row of symbols on the action space means that if you spend a blue worker, a scientist, who are tied to DNA, you get a special bonus. So for each blue worker you spend, you get an additional DNA, basic or advanced, your choice. One note, the graphic design, basic DNA are your primary colors, so red, blue, and yellow. They have a black DNA helix in the middle. Advanced DNA are secondary colors, so green, purple, orange, with a white helix, which helps you recognize them at a glance. That's that. So once you take a DNA die, it's removed from here, leaving fewer choices for other players. And as we have more players in a game, we have more dice. And then the final public action is dino enclosures. So these work fairly similarly to the other building tiles, except here you can either spend 2 of any workers, or you can spend 1 green worker. Spending a green worker does not give you a discount, it just lets you use fewer workers. So you'll pay the coins in the top left, and then you'll take that dinosaur tile into your park. There are placement rules for dinosaurs. Even the herbivores are very territorial, so you can't place a dinosaur next to a dinosaur. There always has to be something else between them. And that's that. And there's a lot going on in the dino tiles, but nothing else happens in this phase. This is just for building them. Yeah, so we're going to do these actions until both of us have passed. Once we're all satisfied with our public actions, we'll move on to the next phase, which is our private island phase. So I'm going to grab these 2 tiles and put them in your park just as an example. So if we look at our player board, which is the zigzaggy board in front of us, we've got 4 actions on here, and they're the same for all players. We've got DNA refinement at the top. This is how you exchange DNA. So you can exchange basic into advanced or vice versa. You can use any worker color here, however you get a bonus if you use a blue one, a scientist. that will give you 1 extra basic DNA. You can do this action up to 3 times. That's why there are 3 shaded spots beneath the action. You'll place your worker right there. The next one is VC funding. So this one is where you go to get more money really quickly. If you use a green meeple, an administrator, you're going to get +1. So the green plus means it's a bonus, you're getting this thing. A red minus means you spend it. So if I use a green meeple to go on the 3 coin space, I'll actually get 4 coins. And so on, and so on. Security functions pretty similarly to how it did in Dinosaur Island. So we've got this security track on our main player board. We have to keep it in parity with our threat level throughout the game. Because if our threat level is ever higher than our security, deaths happen. Some guests are going to get eaten. And it is not a good thing. We want to avoid deaths as much as possible. So visiting the security action is very much encouraged throughout the game. If you go there with a yellow security worker, you get a 1 coin discount. So moving up on the track will cost you coins equal to the zone that you're moving into. So where this cube is now, it's in the 1 coin zone, but to move up to level 3, or space 3, it will cost you 2 coins, because now you're in the 2 coin zone. And that's how they all work. If you ever get above 10, it just costs 4 for each one that you want to bump up. And I will move those back down for you, so you don't have to start the game at 6 threat. The Jeep Garage is a new mechanic to Dinosaur World that didn't exist in Dino Island. It works pretty much the same as the security track, so you'll pay to move up. However, you see these little notched circles? They conveniently fit these circular tokens over here. So, these are Jeep bonus tokens. So we're actually going to start the game with one of these already slotted in there. You can choose once you know how to play the game, though. I won't make you choose now. When you gain a Jeep bonus token, you're going to gain the bonus written on it immediately, and then also at the end of every round during income. So it's very important that some people forget you get it when you reach it and during income. So double bonus. Very nice. So the bonuses give you 2 coins, 2 basic DNA, 1 advanced DNA, a free security. You get to move up 1 space, and then 1 of any meeple. So you'll choose them as your cube reaches the spot next to that little notch. It could make or break the game as we play. You'll also notice these little hexes with numbers in them. That corresponds to how far your Jeeple can move. It's very exciting. I usually go hard in the Jeeps because I just want to zoom all over my park. I want to see all the things.
Yes.
So I'm going to move this tile here as an example. So with 2 movement, I can move 1. I would activate my dinosaurs if I had any. And I can move 2 to activate my amber extraction if I had a meeple on here. So whenever there's a shaded spot with a meeple, that means you have to actually spend that person to take the action when your Jeep visits it. You have to make sure your attraction is staffed in order for things to happen. I guess thematically is how that works out. So you could play it one of 2 ways. You could either assign it here during the private phase, which we're still talking about, so I should stop talking about Jeeps. I just got really excited about them. We'll come back to Jeeps. We're just going to put that Jeep in reverse and move it back to the Welcome Center. Yes, that's the Jeep Garage action. The final action is probably the most exciting, even though Jeeps are very, very exciting. This is how you make dinosaurs. So you can use any color meeple on this one, and you can make any dino type. That's what the leaf, the 2 paw prints, and the big paw print are referring to, the different dinosaur types. To make a dinosaur, you're going to have to spend the DNA listed horizontally at the top. So to make a pteranodon, you'd have to spend 2 yellow, a red, and a blue. And then each dinosaur that you make has a unique additional cost. So I'll grab a pteranodon or a small carnivore meeple as an example. To build my first one, I think this is a blue. So I'd have to spend 1 extra blue. But then this spot is covered. So my next pteranodon will cost 1 extra red. And so on.
Okay.
When you build a dino, there's also usually an immediate effect, and that is some combination of gaining threat, which are those red pips, and victory points, which are the pink little starbursts. So you'll go up the corresponding track immediately. Still, you don't have to worry about the threat yet. That only matters at the end of the round. There's time to increase your security. Now, everything else at the bottom of the tile only matters for the Jeep phase. So I won't talk about it yet. I will refrain. We're going to do our private phases until we've all passed. It's in real life, it's done simultaneously to cut down on playtime. And also, once you know the game, you don't really have to keep an eye on each other. You all understand how the actions work. For the purposes of the stream, though, we will talk about them one-on-one, just so everyone gets a feel for what's happening. So, the next phase is the Jeep phase, which I kind of already outlined in my excitement. So, we'll move our Jeeple to each tile. You can choose whether or not you want to activate that tile when you move on to it. So even though I'm on this Pteranodon space, I could save the activation for something else. Why would I want to do that? I will tell you. So at the bottom of each tile, there's these little green triangles, and those are excitement. Now, excitement existed in Dinosaur Island as well.
Sorry, Danny, you're going to have to repeat the last part because you cut out a little bit.
Oh no.
So this is that part where you said at the bottom of each tile.
Oh, okay. At the bottom of each tile, there's a green triangle, and that means excitement. Excitement was a concept in Dinosaur Island, but it works a little bit differently here.
Oh God. I think our Discord is freaking out.
Uh-oh.
Danny was losing you.
Oh dear.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Connection unstable.
Uh-oh. I hate those words.
Sorry, everyone.
Oh, it's okay.
No. Can we...
We'll see if this works. The spinning blue dots of doom. I think I jinxed it, because before we went live, I was talking about how this was going to be the stream with no issues. Shoot, it looks like they can't get their video to connect. Oh. Yeah, technology is really good when it works, and very frustrating when it doesn't. They're almost there. Maybe.
How about again? Just
Oh,
oh, hello,
hello.
hello. We can hear you.
Oh, we missed you.
Yes.
We'll keep an eye
Oh
on it.
crap! The quality is not excellent.
Yeah, the video quality is not great right now.
Oh shoot. Is TTS working? That's usually what craps out for me first.
Okay, it appears to be a problem on our end, not your end, because the stream is fine. If anyone can
We're
hear
having a
us.
problem with Discord. I think this is.
Uh-oh.
Can we try Discord on a phone, maybe, instead of the laptop? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, disconnect again from
Yeah.
here. We'll see you in a sec.
We'll try the phone. If it doesn't work, we may reschedule. We'll see. The good news is that the rules are almost done. So you can take what you've learned today and go in Tabletop Simulator and play with your own group.
Hello?
Hello, I hear you.
Okay, it's not much better, unfortunately.
Oh, shoot. Well, we can call it and
Oh,
either...
no, now we have it.
Yeah? Because if it's buggy,
We don't fit.
you have to snuggle.
Yeah, the connection is very bad.
Can we just quickly reboot the internet?
Yeah.
So sorry.
Sorry, okay, we're going to
So
restart our
sorry.
internet,
Okay.
if you can hear us.
Yep. Oh, shoot. I wonder if they can hear me. Thanks for joining this adventure. Every stream, there's something. But it's Friday. It is almost midnight, which means we have exactly 7 days left in the Kickstarter. It's very exciting because we've unlocked almost 40 stretch goals so far. Some really awesome ones too. So many dinos. I don't even know how many dinos we've unlocked. And I've learned a lot about dinosaurs this campaign, including the lengths of some of them, what crests did. I've also refined my pun game with all of the stretch goal flavor text. It's been quite fun. It's just past noon in Australia. I believe that's Board Game Grand from Australia. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's 10:30 p.m. for me on Friday and 10:30 a.m. for Calvin and Dee on Saturday. But the last week of the Kickstarter is going to be very, very exciting. We have a lot of stretch goals left in our sleeve. I see Calvin's back online, so I'm going to invite him to the game. Oh. Fingers crossed. Spinning blue dots. Anyway, I can't spoil. I can spoil. I know it's coming, but I'm not allowed to. I can't reveal our secrets. So we've got some big ones. We've got some super exciting ones, including a third add-on. I can spoil that because everyone already knows about it in the comments. So check back Monday or Tuesday. Monday's a holiday for us, so we'll have an eye on the Kickstarter, but may not be as active with comments. But very soon we'll have the big reveal for the last add-on and exactly what it entails. Fingers crossed. If their video doesn't work this time, I'm gonna call it because it is kind of late and I don't want to waste your time when you could be playing this on Tabletop Simulator yourself. So close, yet so far away. Okay, it looks like it's not going to happen, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. We may reschedule. We'll see. I'll be sure to let everyone know about the new time if that's what happens. Thanks for tuning in. Next time we'll get it 100% right.